You know, yours, it's a matter of shit, isn't it? It's just, one of those things. I just tried this level 4 or 5 times, I don't even know anymore. I died every single time. So, I tell you what. In this more or less last episode that I'm doing of this game, if we don't make it through this level, I just want to tell you something real quick. Never have I just really wanted to say, fuck it, let's play, you know? And it's sad, because this doesn't deserve that at all. But there are times when you come to a place in a game where you're just like, you know what, fuck it, it's not worth it. And this is kind of one of those times. But I'm not going to do that, I'm just telling you that's how I feel right now. I feel as though I should just say, you know what, forget it, it's not worth it. I mean, this level has driven me to that point where you're just like, how can a level be so goddamn difficult that when you finally finish it, the game just says, oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Like, I didn't touch a damn thing. Even though I said I heard something hit the ground, I didn't touch a damn thing. It's only because the cord of my mouse and keyboard is wrapped around the cord to the game system, which I'm gonna fix after this episode probably, but I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, can you really have made a shoddier thing? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, like, this isn't even the part of, like, the area in the game where we should be having this conversation. That should be the special levels, like, there's one in particular that leads people to their breaking point of not wanting to play anymore. And it's one that's actually easier in this version than the emulated version, because in an emulated version you not only have delay, but you also have controlled things that don't work the way they're supposed to. Oh, this is a wrong time for indigestion. Fuck. But, yeah. I got back to the point, where you just leave that guy alive and you keep bumping into him, and you follow his jumps and all that, right? Died right there. Haven't gotten back to that point since. Yeah. And I forgot that we're so low on lives that we have to cheat to get more. Fuck's sake. Swear to fucking God. This was also that led me to having issues with my recording. Because it doesn't like that you're doing this. It kind of gets pissed about, the constant exiting and entering the level for lives. I swear, if they had like a blue, a blue 1-up treasure chest, that'd be even better. Because then we wouldn't have to worry about this problem. I mean, yeah, this is going to throw me off my rhythm, but I need the lives, so I don't really give a shit right now, But, I mean, it's like, how can I let this happen is what I'm basically saying to myself, you know, like there was no way to fix the problem once it happened because, you know, it's the way that was like one of the fatal flaws of the Super Nintendo is you just barely touch the cord and chances are your game screwed over. And that's what they warn about. They're like, you know, you don't want your cord wrapped around anything. You don't want, what else is there, like other issues that they have? You don't want, I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up. I can't think right now. Moments when you just freeze up are the best, you know? I just realized that. I was like, when you just freeze up, because you just kind of find yourself like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, I don't actually remember what's going on. Those are like kind of the best moments, because they kind of bring you out of your slump for a second. You kind of feel like, huh, well, at least I'm back to normal for a while, you know? You know, speaking of movies, Inside Out's been out for a while, so I want to ask people about that. What do you guys think about that movie? I remember when I saw the trailer for it and all that, I was like super excited for it, but I wasn't able to go and see it in theaters because, well, for one embarrassing reason, I was hoping to ask this girl out to go see it. For another reason, because I just never really had any free time beyond that. So, and I don't like going to movies by myself. So, yeah. So finally I just decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna wait till it comes out. And, what ended up happening is, you know, of course, the movie comes out on DVD like fucking forever after like it's been in the theaters, right? And so I immediately go and buy my copy, right? And then I had to wait even longer to watch it because I had to constantly work and I had to find a time when I could just, you know, sit and enjoy it instead of having to worry about other things. And so it wasn't until like a little bit after I bought it that I finally got around to, you know, watching it. And it was funny because I finally watched it, but I still kind of felt like I didn't get to enjoy it that much, you know, because I had to watch it a second time to be able to like fully enjoy everything. And I was upset because I had to watch the DVD version, not the Blu-ray, because I bought the Blu-ray DVD set, you know, and I was really worried because I played it in my you know, MacBook instead of in a DVD player because, well, for one, it was at night, so I knew I'd wake everybody up if I tried playing it, you know, on the main DVD player, because you gotta play it with good volume to be able to enjoy it, right? And so I played it on my computer and it kept skipping on me, and I was really worried because I was like, how can it already be broken? Like, you know, I just got it, and I just like the first time I decided to watch the DVD version. And so, you know, I look it over to make sure nothing's wrong with it. And what ends up happening is I discover that while I was playing it in the MacBook, I guess it discovered, like, you know, it got a tiny scratch on it. And I was like, well, that shouldn't cause much problem, so I just, you know, plopped it back in because I was clean and all that, and tried watching it again. But it kept trying to say that it needed to skip a damaged part. And I was like, that's impossible. So finally what I had to do was just take it out, clean it all over, and it finally worked the rest of the movie. Until the end, of course, and then it skipped again. But it made me like really angry because I was like, really, what the hell? What's causing it to screw up this badly, you know? And it just was nothing really, like, it just decided, no, I'm not working, you know? That was the worst possible thing. I don't think in this game they made the thing where if you hit the button right when you jump on someone, you jump higher. So I don't think even that would have saved me. Because wouldn't it have actually been like, you know, you hold the button? Let's see. Yeah, you'd have to hold it if that was the case. In this game, at least. It's not the other way around, so... I still can't believe I said that they throw barrels at you, which is bullshit, because they don't. They don't do anything except for, like, look back at you the whole time. You know? Like, uh-oh. You know, that's what I imagine them saying. And see, I'm getting too jumpy, and so it's just like, fuck, that was a horrible time to get a cramp. Come on, fuck you. Ugh. God, I mean, like, one leg was getting sore, so I switched legs to, like, you know, to get more comfortable. And then I immediately get a cramp. I'm like, are you fucking for real? Oh, that's a good movie I can talk about. I don't know why I've become like movie man, but no, no, Mike Money movie critic. But here we go. So remember the Never-Ending Story? Like there was two of them, right? Like there's the Never-Ending Story, which is just the original, and it's like basically how the story goes is. He's a young boy living with his dad, you know, and his life pretty much sucks, and like at one point he's like part of this like he's like doing this school thing where he has to like dive off the high dive, right? And you know, everyone's kind of laughing at him and all that while he's up there, because he's afraid of heights, you know, and so he like thinks that he's gonna get hurt if he jumps, right, you know, type thing. And so eventually the coach, you know, being what a typical douchebag coach does, says, "Come on, what are you doing? You gotta jump. You can't just stay up there." And so the kid does the only thing that he can imagine that will get him out of it, and he's like, I can't jump," and he's like, "Why?" And he's like, I got a cramp. And everyone busts up laughing, right? And remembering that, I actually have a funny story myself about, you know, one time in which I, you know, jumped off the high dive. What ended up happening, I, you know, got up to the high dive, and I found myself being like, oh shit. And, you know, I did the typical thing that everyone does. You turn around and you, like, contemplate going back, right? But then you're like, oh, I can't go back. So I just turn around, I walk up to the edge, and I'm just like, oh shit. And what ends up happening is I just jump off, you know, like the typical jump, and I just like splash in the water and everything's okay, right? But what's funnier is that I decided to get, thanks to that, I got all big-headed, right? And what ends up happening is I go to jump off the, you know, high dive, right? And, I decided to do a dive, right? Because like I was like doing dives at the side of the pool into deep pools, right? And so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try to do a dive. You know exactly where this story's going. I get all prepared to do it, mess up my formation, and do a belly flop instead from that high dive, right? The first thing I hear when I come out of the water, I shoot up out of the water, I'm like coughing and, you know, like sputtering and all that stuff. The first word I hear is, "Are you okay? Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm just like, I just wave, like, I'm just like, yeah, basically I just like wave and just kind of shake my head and start swimming to the, you know, stairs, climb out and just kind of set down somewhere for a second. And I'm just like, fuck, you know, like you're totally embarrassed when that happens, right? You're just like, oh shit, what did I do? I want to see something. Okay, so I have nothing to worry about the cord. Well, I know I can do this now, so. Unplug my mouse, because that's the one that's wrapped around it the worst right now. Oh wait, that wasn't my mouse that I just unplugged. What was that? I don't know what that was, because this is my mouse here. Get your ass back in there. I did not mean to hit you. Yep, it's gonna try to play that game. That's fine. I want to get this fixed before I move on. There we go. There. Now that's above that. Oh yes, okay, the other plugin is in fact my keyboard, and that is the other one that I need to worry about. Where is that plugin now? Here it is. There. Perfect. Let's see if I change sources if it screws it over. 'Cause I'm curious now. Okay, nothing seemed to have happened on this one. Yeah, and everything's perfectly okay. Alright then. So I don't need to turn the system off or anything. That's great. And we'll go ahead and move on. I know I wasted some of your time here. We don't need to talk to that guy right now. I think this one's another good level. Whoa. Ah, these things suck. Hold the opposite direction that you want to go. I believe that's the secret. If you get stuck in his quills, you have to freaking hold like the opposite direction, because otherwise what will end up happening is you will end up getting sent into the like basically somewhere that you don't want to go, and probably end up in the swamp. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh well, I don't care what's in that then. Not to say I don't trust myself making these jumps. Yeah, that's what you do. Just hold down. Haha. Wait a minute. Oh my god, that's pretty clever, actually. So, as always, we are taking our time here. What's in this barrel? Ah! Seriously, run from that guy. I have never known a time where I have ever gotten lucky where I do not get hit by a freaking, bee. Okay, jump. Use that to take him out. Run from that one. Now, chances are, if you jump on those barrels, you will actually drop the cannonball into the swamp. That's why you saw me jump over him. I did remember that, thankfully. Okay, good. I couldn't remember how that one ended, so I was kind of worried there for a second. I don't actually know how to get that coin. Oh boy. You bastard. Forgot you can't fly after jumping on an enemy. You can actually lose one of your partners there if you're not careful. That should not have counted. I can't tell you how many times. Oh, I don't even have the O. I can't even tell you how many times I've fallen into the marsh because of that. Kill you. Uh-oh. Ah! I don't know how I survived that. Nice. Oh well, I don't really need to do this, but might as well, I guess. I want to see something. Yeah, you can just jump into that one. Huh, that makes that a lot quicker. I don't know why I never thought to do that before. Oh, okay, so that's how you get it. Uh-oh. 7 lives. Okay, we got plenty. I wonder who you're supposed to be like a representation of. Wait, I don't need to go for the end. I keep forgetting. Oh, I got another thing I can talk about. Who's excited for Mario and Luigi Paper Jam? The reason why I asked is because it actually looks pretty cool, I must admit, from what I've seen. I don't know how I pulled that off. Whoa. Damn it. Wait, why am I even going for the banana? It doesn't matter. If you can make the jump without them, don't take the bananas. Good lord. Yeah, I was right. I don't have the O. Huh. Go figure. Bullet jumping. Apparently harder than I remember. Anyway, let's keep going. Anyway, my plan was to only play a couple episodes of these anyway, so now that I've said what I've said before about quitting if I don't make that one level, it's actually kind of ironic that I'm still going to quit anyway because I just remembered I want to play something else today. Something slightly more entertaining than this, I guess. Or it could be considered more entertaining in a way. I've never thought to do that before. That was actually kind of fun. Damn it. That's gonna make this a lot harder. Yep. What do you know? But yeah, this is probably gonna be the last level I do because I have plans for another game that I want to play. So, yeah. Oh god. God damn. You know, if pizza wasn't so delicious and didn't give you such horrible belches, I wouldn't, like, you know, I'd probably be okay with eating it pretty much all the time. No, I'm just kidding. I don't eat it all the time. I'm just being silly right now. Yeah, okay, I'm getting tired of this game. You can already tell by my lack of skill in the game, I'm actually just done with it. So, we're gonna call this now. At least we got through that level, right? So, that's all that matters. So, when we come back to this, whenever that may be, we will take on the Mudhole Mosh again. Till then, everyone. Bye.